Welcome, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to be your guide for this explainer covering Week 1 of the PyLadies Rivers July/August 2026 Python training. If you're part of this brand new cohort, seriously, congratulations. Taking that very first step into the world of programming, well, it can feel a bit daunting, right? But it is also incredibly exciting. Today, we're going to break down all those foundational materials, the lecture notes, and the resources you got this week, and we're going to turn them into a super clear roadmap. Okay, let's dive right in.
I want to take a quick second to just celebrate your courage for jumping into coding. Whether you're coming in with a technical background or you are completely 100% new to this, you've made a fantastic choice. And the best part? You are not doing this alone. PyLadies is a community built on the core idea that we all learn so much better together. You are stepping into a highly supportive environment right here in Rivers State, Nigeria, where you can ask questions freely, collaborate, and really just grow your confidence.
In fact, that brings us right to the heart of the mission. We learn, we support, we grow, we belong. PyLadies is an international mentorship group, and it's totally focused on helping more women become active participants and leaders in the Python open source community. PyLadies Rivers is such a proud part of this global network. The goal is to promote Python, support women in tech, and really increase diversity. It's a genuinely welcoming space for everyone, and honestly, those 4 little sentences completely capture the heartbeat of this entire program.
To keep us perfectly on track today, here's our agenda. First up, welcome to PyLadies Rivers. Then we'll move into discovering Python. After that, equipping your toolkit, followed by the first spark of magic, and we'll wrap up with the road ahead. Section 2, Discovering Python, the artifact that changes everything.
Before we even think about typing out code, we kind of need to demystify the tool you'll be mastering over these next 8 weeks. What exactly is Python, and where on earth did it come from? Well, Python was created by a guy named Guido van Rossum, and it was first released way back in 1991. Now here's a fun fact. A lot of people assume Python is named after the snake, right? But it's actually named after the classic British comedy show Monty Python's Flying Circus. Fast forward to today, and Python has evolved into this high-level, interpreted language that developers absolutely love for its simple syntax. Because it's designed to be so easy to read and write, it has basically become one of the most popular and in-demand programming languages on the entire planet.
And why is it in such high demand? Just look at these real-world applications. Learning Python is like getting a master key. It opens doors to artificial intelligence and machine learning, web development, data science, cybersecurity, automation, and yeah, even robotics and game development. It's super beginner-friendly, but don't let that fool you. It is incredibly powerful. The foundational skills you're building right now, they are the exact same skills used by the biggest tech companies in the world to build the future.
Section 3, Equipping your toolkit. Setting up for success.
I completely get that facing the technical hurdle of installing new software can feel, well, a bit overwhelming. So let's just walk through exactly what you need. First up, we need the language itself. You'll head over to python.org/downloads and grab the latest stable version. Now listen closely, because when you run that installer, there is a tiny but absolutely vital checkbox at the very bottom that says Add Python to Path. Do not miss this, it's crucial. Checking that box allows your computer to recognize Python from anywhere in your system. Once it's checked, just hit Install Now and sit back while your computer does the heavy lifting.
Okay, once the installation finishes, we want to make sure it actually worked. This is super easy. Simply open up your command prompt and type python-version. If everything went according to plan, your computer's going to talk right back to you, displaying something like Python 3.13. Seeing that message, that means you are officially ready to roll.
Next, you need a place to actually write your code. For this training, we're using Visual Studio Code, or VS Code for short. It's honestly one of the absolute best code editors out there. You'll download it from code.visualstudio.com, run the installer with the default settings, and launch it. But here's the secret sauce. Once you have it open, navigate over to the Extensions tab and install the Python extension published by Microsoft. This extension is about to become your best friend. It gives you syntax highlighting, code completion, error detection, and just makes running Python files a total breeze.
Section 4, the first spark of magic, writing real code.
All right, your toolkit is fully equipped, the setup is finally out of the way, and the stage is set. It's time to actually start speaking Python. Let's kick things off with a concept called the REPL. That stands for Read, Evaluate, Print, Loop. To open it, you just bring up your command prompt and type the word Python. The REPL is essentially an interactive shell. It allows Python to execute code the exact second you hit enter.
Think of it as this safe little sandbox where you can experiment, ask Python a question, and get instant feedback without ever having to create or save a whole file.
So let's see what this looks like in practice. If you type print hello world and hit enter, the REPL instantly outputs the phrase hello world right back at you. It also works as a ridiculously fast calculator. Type 5 plus 8, hit enter, and bam, it spits out 13. It reads what you type, evaluates the logic, prints the result, and loops right back around to wait for your next command. And whenever you want to leave, you just type exit exclamation point or use the keyboard shortcuts in your notes.
But true programming really begins when you start writing your scripts into files. For your assignment this week, you were tasked with creating a file named hello.py. Inside that file, you typed out print hello world, saved it, and ran it. Let me tell you, if you got that hello world to pop up on your screen, take a second to celebrate. That is a massive win. You have officially written your very first Python program.
And from there, you can start doing some genuinely cool customizations. Your notes included this simple yet incredibly powerful example. You take a name and assign it to a variable, like name equals Ada. Then you instruct Python to print welcome name. And like magic, the output becomes welcome Ada. In just 2 little lines of code, you were giving the computer memory and instructing it on how to combine information. That right there, that's the fundamental building block of all software.
Section 5. The road ahead. Expanding your knowledge.
With your first program up and running, your momentum right now is off the charts. To capitalize on that, the PyLadies Rivers team provided some fantastic ways to keep learning outside of the live sessions. And trust me, these bonus resources are absolute gold. First, check out the Python documentary on YouTube. It dives super deep into how the language evolved and Guido van Rossum's original vision. Next, there's a playlist for Automate the Boring Stuff with Python. This is widely considered one of the best beginner courses out there because it teaches you how to use Python to automate everyday tasks like reading PDFs or sending emails. And finally, a little bonus challenge for you. Share one new thing you learned this week in the PyLadies WhatsApp discussion group. Remember, explaining something to a peer is hands down one of the best ways to solidify your own understanding. Plus, your insight just might be the exact thing that helps another mentee connect the dots.
And with that, week 1 is officially complete. Just take a step back and think about all the ground you just covered. You learned about PyLadies and Python's origins. You totally conquered the tricky installation of Python in VS Code. You tamed the interactive shell, and you wrote your very first Python program. That is an incredible amount of progress for just 1 week, and it lays the absolute perfect foundation for everything that's coming next.
So I got to leave you with this question. Are you ready for week 2? Because next up, the training is going to dive even deeper into variables, data types, and user input. That's what's going to allow you to build interactive and far more complex programs. Keep practicing, keep engaging with the community, and always remember the PyLadies motto, small steps today lead to big opportunities tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy coding.